Well, about time, LucasFilm. I mean, Jesus, what took you so long? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to click that thumbs up and subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. Hitting that subscribe button, it doesn't really cost you anything. In fact, it doesn't cost you anything. So please help a brother out, hit that subscribe button. That way I can try to build my channel and release more content. If you want more exclusive stuff, please hit the join button and pick the tier that best suits you. So yesterday it came out that Dave Filoni got promoted. So Dave Filoni over at LucasFilm, you guys might know this guy from Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels. He had something to do with The Mandalorian, and for years, many fans like me were like, man, you got to make Dave Filoni the head of creative. He needs to be the Kevin Feige of Star Wars, right? I understand that he doesn't have the producing knowledge and stuff like that. So sure, keep Kathleen Kennedy around if you have to, but make Dave Filoni a more creative presence there. Let him be the one in charge of the canon and bringing all these stories together. Just look what he did with Clone Wars. Look what he did with Rebels. I still think Rebels is way better than Clone Wars. I absolutely adore Rebels. And look what he did with Season 1 and Season 2 of Mandalorian. Yes, Jon Favreau was there, but Jon Favreau doesn't have the Star Wars knowledge of Dave Filoni. Jon Favreau is bringing the more of the director-producer knowledge to The Mandalorian. So by bringing in Dave Filoni here, and now he says that Dave Filoni has been promoted to executive creator director at LucasFilm. So he has he's more of a creative director now over there, but they do want to say that just relax because he's not the only one over there. So Kathleen Kennedy's job is not in jeopardy. It says it right here, Kathleen Kennedy's job is not in jeopardy. He's not taking over for Kathleen Kennedy. It's just that, Dave Filoni went from the animated guy to now the director of creative, and there's more people in charge of the director of creative over there. I'm trying to find the names right now. Give me 1 second here. I was reading through this before, but yeah. Filoni, Lucasfilm, blah, 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 blah. I read this earlier. It was on here. But I know John Knoll was another one. He's another creative director over there. And so there's 3 of them now. So they kind of have to, work together to figure out what's going to be and what's not. It ain't like that Dave Filoni has, the head final word on everything. It's not like he just comes out and goes, okay, this is happening, and then he has the final word on that. That's not exactly how it goes. But with him getting this new position now, he's able to come up with ideas, kind of keep other people in check. So when John Knoll says, hey, I want to do that Rogue One movie, then you have Dave Filoni coming in okay, but we got to do this, and this. This gives us more, don't forget that Dave Filoni is the one that created Ahsoka, right? He brought Thrawn in. A lot of the stuff from the Legends he brought into the canon now. So Dave Filoni knows what he's talking about. I highly recommend, if you ever watch The Mandalorian, the documentary series, and they talk about the Duel of the Fates from Phantom Menace, and Dave Filoni explains why that is the most important duel ever and how it leads all the way up until Return of the Jedi. The knowledge that this man has that made everybody else, I'm talking about Jon Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, everybody else look completely stupid. There's only one other person that knows how to do something like that, and that's George Lucas, guys. George Lucas. Dave Filoni is the heir apparent to George Lucas. So by having Dave Filoni in a creative director position, that's the closest we're going to get to George Lucas come back, if George Lucas ever comes back, if George Lucas ever wants to come back. So I think this is a great idea. I do know that just because Dave Filoni is a creative director now doesn't mean that everything is going to be fixed with Star Wars, because everything still has to go through Kathleen Kennedy. You still have 2 other directors of creative, including John Knoll. So there's a lot of... it's a step in the right direction. I'll say that. It's a step in the right direction, and they can't go backwards. This can only be positive, you know? So, hey, we just got to wait and see what happens and see what goes on in the future going forward. And I want to see him be able to do stuff in the movie world. I want to see him have a voice, a presence in the movie world. It's great what he's doing with television, but I want to see something in the movie world. He knows his stuff. He needs to be able to express himself and show people that, look, I can do anything Star Wars. Star Wars is Star Wars. Doesn't matter if it's movies, comic books, TV shows, or whatnot. So anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on it. I wonder what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Later, guys.